What are your thoughts?
How long have you got? Well, you know, first and foremost, congratulations to the Lynx. Played a great game of basketball today. 22 assists is very much a clear indication of the great team basketball they're playing right now. And I thought that their level of execution on the offensive end against the coverages that we had planned for, you know, they executed their game plan at a really high level, and that's the reason why they had the result that they had. On the other hand, for us, you know, it's a great learning experience. You know, for us, we'll obviously play Perth again, and you know, only 2 more games. We go away, play Adelaide, so we reload. We learn from this. You know, we make adjustments and we see what that looks like when we play them in Traralgon in, you know, just under a week.
So the portions of the game where you just couldn't score, like, that must have been doing your head in.
Yes, and probably not even that. It was the intent. You know, I think that we've got some really high-level players in our group that are great scorers, and you know, we were probably looking off shots that we would normally take. But also to that point, our players trying to play to some level of game plan. You know, for example, you don't want to necessarily take every quick shot against Perth because, you know, they're the best paced team in the league and have been for some time, and you know, you don't want them running in transition points down the other end. So part of it was probably by game design, but part of it was, you know, as I just spoke to the group, just mindset, not backing themselves and being aggressive. I thought when we were great, but you know, an indication, 20 points in the paint, 5 trips to the foul line, that's not our group offensively. We just didn't test them enough in the paint today.
When you're playing, did it feel weird? Like, did it feel like you just weren't yourselves?
Yeah, I think we've played our best basketball when we're playing in transition, and Kennedy mentioned in the rooms that we had 0 transition points. So I think, yeah, if we can get back to that in our next game, that would be ideal. But credit to Perth, they really clogged the paint, and for myself as a penetrator, I felt like it was hard to get in there, and they've got some long athletes in there that made it hard to facilitate once you're in there and trying to get a shot away. So yeah, I guess it's exciting that we can go to Traralgon and try and make some adjustments and make it more hard for them.
So what do you have to do to fix that mid-game? Like, you've got a lot of experienced players. Is that why do you feel that wasn't able to rectify the issues you had throughout the game?
Yeah, I think playing a game for the first time in a season, you're kind of trying to make adaptations on the fly, and we probably didn't do that to the best of our abilities today. We're still a relatively new group working out who to go to when ideally it would be Tola and KG, and we probably didn't do that enough, getting the ball inside. So I think that can be a focus for next game, of getting the ball inside a little bit more, and I think that is an area that we can improve on.
Bendigo?
Sebastian, do you have any questions, or if there's anyone else online, now's your chance.
Yeah, cool. I've just got a couple of questions just for Kennedy. So obviously today you were without Abby and Casey. Do you have like a timeline of when you expect to have them back in the side soon?
Yep. Abby we should have back against Adelaide. Casey, yeah, look, that's going to be a week by week. I mean, I'm sure the club will have to make some kind of announcement on her status at some stage.
And today I thought there was a lot of young players really stepping up. You had Pollard, you had Food, you also had Izzy. What is kind of the reason why a lot of the young players are able to shine and get good minutes in this squad?
Yeah, I mean, look, we spent a lot of time on development, and obviously this situation, as you mentioned, Casey and Abby not playing today, so that provides opportunity, and you know, what better time than to throw our players out on the floor and our younger ones who perhaps don't get as much opportunity and give them a chance to play. You know, if we don't play them, how do I ever know what they can produce, you know, in a game-like situation? So we spend plenty of time through training, and game situations are the best times to give them a shot. So yeah, look, I mean, great to play them. I think still collectively as a team, you know, I mean, obviously we still need to be better. I mean, I think we've spoke a lot about offense, but you know, our defense just wasn't anywhere near where it needs to be and has been, you know, tonight. So you know, for us, we'll go away and make adjustments. And the young players in our group will continue to develop and continue to get better. And if they continue to put in the work, we'll continue to provide opportunity for them.
And just last one from me. Obviously, yeah, I think there was something like 16 turnovers that you guys conceded. Did you kind of feel that in that third quarter when that turnover count started to go up, that's where you kind of lost the game? Or was there another part where you think the game was lost?
Yeah, defence. Defence was where the game was lost for us. The turnovers are obviously a byproduct of, I think Perth had 14 points due to our turnovers, so that's almost a point per turnover for them. But yeah, for us it was defence. We just didn't defend anywhere near the capacity that we're capable of tonight. The turnovers, they're frustrating. I think a lot of them were players making the right decision, just the pass execution was wrong, but 16 is still too high. It's not our highest this season, and it's certainly we continue to make improvements, but we need to continue to chip away at creating predictable situations so our players are making better decisions in game.
Awesome. Thanks. That's all I have today.
Thanks. Is there anyone else online with any questions?
Yeah, I've got one. Kenny, Sammy's mic here, mate. How do you regroup tonight after the loss to face Adelaide on Tuesday night?
Oh, look, again, not our first rodeo with losses. For us, it's a very quick review. We've had a review already in the locker room. From this point here, we control what we can control, which is our recovery, our nutrition, our rest, getting on a flight and preparing for Adelaide. So, obviously, probably for us, thank goodness, we travel a lot less than they have had to from Townsville. So, there's no real physiological advantage one way or another here. Maybe we've just played a game and, they've had at least an extra day's worth of respite travel. So, look, for us, it's just reloading and putting focus in what's in front of us. Obviously, we can't change anything about the result tonight. We'll reload and figure that out when we get to Traralgon after the Adelaide game. Not tomorrow, Tuesday.